I've been writing for a minute. Just hopped into the studio, you know I'm never quitting. Yeah. Flavors in the kitchen going mainstream. Lots of different networks say they spitting back.
Thanks for tuning into the Lux Saigon podcast. Today we are joined by Sami from Phu Quoc, Vietnam. In this conversation, Sami shares her wisdom in regards to emotional balance. Everyone has their preferred way of practicing mindfulness. What's yours?
Yo, what's up, guys? There's a new episode of Lux Saigon. I'm here with my friend Trang, aka Sammy, and I'm a little bit sick, but yeah, no, but it's all good. And Sammy wants to show us like her insights about, well, it's like your way of doing emotional balance, right?
Yeah.
Like, where did you learn this technique?
I learned from one of a teacher online, an online teacher. His
Mm,
name is Trần Việt Quân.
mm.
Yes, Vietnamese.
And like, so he's like a well-known teacher, like specifically for this meditation, or does he also coach other things?
He coach so many things and all about how to find the meaning of the life
Mm,
and balance emotions is one skill
mm,
in four top skills that you need to find out the meaning of the life. Yes, and when I learned, I just watched some videos of him, so I found out like everything just so clear,
mm,
and I learned more, and I could see like the four steps of how to balance the emotions.
mm,
So yeah, so later I learned more about it, and I could see like there are so many methods online, outside, over there. So
mm,
he make it into a map, everything into a map with four levels. So it's based on uh each person to choose what is suitable for them to
mhm.
control the emotion. Yes.
Is, wait, is this the same guy you mentioned? That I think he opened some schools and
Yeah, he did.
he
Now
coaches.
he have already opened more than 30 schools, and he teaches the students with his theory, what he believe in,
Mhm.
based on what he learned in his maybe like more than 40 years.
Nice. So we have
Yes.
to interview him soon too.
I wish that I could do that too.
Yeah, we can do that for real. Okay, so like how does somebody start to use his emotional balance method?
um I think number one that that person need to understand um what makes the emotion unbalanced, not
True.
balanced. Yes, need to understand what affects our emotion. So there's three things
Mm,
that usually makes you feel negative.
yeah.
Uh, them that are greed, anger, and delusion. Have you ever heard that?
Wait, greed, anger, and what else?
Delusion.
Delusion. Man, but there's so many delusions. Like it's
Um, or you could think of like a person um I just say, yeah, delusion, like do not have enough intelligence, or cannot understand one thing clearly.
Like they're not seeing clearly, right? Like that.
Yes, like you look at something but just
Yeah.
one side, and
Mm.
uh just like or do not have enough knowledge about it, but you believe that you understand everything.
Ah, okay. Right.
Yes,
Oof, that's so many
makes sense.
people. But even like I think even experts, even people in that teach in universities also have that thinking sometimes.
Yeah. So like to have a peaceful life, so we should like give that three things up.
Mm.
Yes. So also like to talk about balance in our emotions. So number one, we need to call the name of the feeling.
Mm.
Yeah. It's a skill to call it out, call it
True.
out. Yes. So when we can call the name of it, so we can solve the problem. But we just
Hmm.
say, I don't know the feeling. I just say, I just feel something like that. You don't
Yeah.
understand it. So we could never uh delete or do anything.
Right.
Just accept the truth. Just accept that feeling bother our life.
Mm. It's like I don't know how it is in Vietnam, but I feel in Western countries, um, maybe people have a difficult time finding like why they feel some negative emotion. Uh,
Mm.
maybe they can say, "Oh, I feel anxiety. Oh, I feel stress," but it's hard for them to find the reason why. And then the doctor will recommend that they take a pill so they don't feel anything. But then that becomes like a long-term habit. Is that
Mm.
does that also happen in Vietnam that people often will take pills to not feel emotions?
People get drunk.
Ah, right. That's the that's more fun, right?
Like it's sweet taste and drinks alcohol.
Right.
So
Right. Like we all have our
yeah,
own like our own favorite way to like stop feeling things.
yes. But actually that cannot solve the problems
Exactly.
just at that time. Just at
Exactly.
that time.
It's just temporary.
Yes.
Okay.
So uh talking about it. So he also give the a map first to have like four levels of how could we release control the emotion. You want to know?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so let's see. Number one, that is body state, uh, our body.
Mm.
So when we angry, so like we could feel like shaking ear, hot face,
Mm.
something burning inside. Want to kill that person.
Sure.
Yeah. So we like, of course we don't want to do the worst things.
Hmm.
But how could we control that emotion? So some people advise that do not do anything, go somewhere else, release it into other energy, like go to the gym,
Yeah.
play sports. So we could let the energy escape, right?
Hmm.
Uh, but we need to do it in like maybe 1 or 2 hours. If we
Mm.
just like 2 minutes of washing the face, uh, it cannot release that emotion out.
Hmm.
Yes. So um identify and change the body status is one way, but this way is not deep.
Mm.
Yes, because as long as there is anger and greed inside. So this energy will continue to be generated.
Mhm. That makes sense. So you
Yeah.
have to find exactly like the root, right?
Yes. We just like go somewhere and try to do something else and avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
But actually cannot solve the problem later.
True, true.
Yes. At level 4, talking about the language. And
Mm.
um the language, like sometimes you could hear harsh or bitter language.
Yeah.
So it could raise the anger, the feeling, bad feeling could appear inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people talking about one method called NLP. You know this?
NLP, what is that?
It's a neuro linguistic programming.
Okay, nice. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Yeah, tell us about it.
You know?
That
You know
sounds
this
so
one?
familiar. Is this like how powerful your words are like to your subconscious and how
Yeah,
it can
yes.
change the way that you see reality or something?
Yeah. So by using the language, um, and using some psychology method or something,
Hmm.
to like change your thoughts of something
Yeah.
or your thoughts of a bad situation
Hmm.
right away. Yes.
Awesome.
So NLP often use it to use mental programming language. Yeah.
Hmm.
So like but of course you need to practice, you need to have the skill before you get into the problem,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. So when you are in bad situation, you cannot get out yourself if you don't have power inside. You need
Right.
a coach to coach you, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty challenging to get out. Like once you're already like angry or already triggered, it's challenging to get out of it.
Yeah. So nowadays I could see it's very popular, NLP.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah. However, it's still not really deep.
Hmm. Yeah, I think like like do you think after COVID, like when everybody was stuck in their house for months, it made everybody realize or think more about mental health
Yeah.
and like maybe talk about it more?
Yes.
And now I
Uh,
guess now we're all just learning so much about how our mind works, like how to use our brain like intentionally.
yeah. So it leads to a very stuck answers later because it's so deep and it's not familiar to us,
Uh-huh.
right? Because we was not born with learning those things like that. So
True.
we need to observe ourselves.
Yeah.
So if we do not have like a system, an educational system, uh, or how could we logic that?
Yeah.
So not many people have the ability to fight it down.
That's true.
So I think we need some method or
True.
some like skills or something, the way, the map or something
Yeah.
to fight down.
Like let me tell you like last year I met with one of my favorite no, with my favorite high school teacher.
Yes.
That I've known her now since I was like 17. And she was the only teacher I had that she knew how to empower my mind and to make me feel confident about myself.
Mm.
She was the only teacher who knew how to do that. And then so like when I saw her last year, I asked her like, why don't they teach us emotional intelligence in school? And then she told me like, well, because most teachers actually don't know either.
Mm.
So they can't teach us that either. Of course, that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. because they still so worried with their
Yeah,
problem. So if they could not solve their own problem, so how could they
yeah.
teach students? Yes.
And even in like I took psychology class in America, but okay, sure, it was just like the beginning level psychology, but they only taught us about the physical parts of the brain and what they do, but nobody taught us how to manage emotions. So I was sitting in my class for 1 year, like, okay, so when do I learn how to control my stress? Like, no, no, we're just learning the parts of the brain.
Yes. All right. So now you have your own answer.
Yeah, I think so. Wait, so like we like your your coach's method has four parts, right? First, so he chooses those three different emotions or three things to look at: is greed, anger, and delusion, right?
Yes.
Step two was can you tell us again? Step two.
Um. No. So greed, anger, and delusions is
Yeah,
something that you need to understand. Like
yeah, yeah. Okay.
three that three things affects our emotions.
Yeah.
Yes. And that three things are also what we need to delete if we want to find down unhappiness life.
True.
Yes. So number one, that you could control emotions that should change the body state.
Mm.
Yes. By release bad energy,
Ah, right, right.
uh like do to gym or play sports. Yeah.
Hmm.
Number two is to change the language.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
that was the
just like
NLP, right?
yes, just talking change the language. It's really hard to understand clearly how.
Right.
So we talk about NLP. Is a very complete method
Hmm.
of how to use the language to control the emotion.
Yeah,
Yes. But go further with NLP, maybe we need another day with
true,
more
true, sure.
information to talk about it. Yes. Okay, so now number three,
Hmm.
uh, that are the points of concentration. Concentration.
Okay.
Yes, what you focus in. Yeah. So just like not letting yourself be idle. You don't have free time. So you
Mm.
just change your focus to something more positive, like read books,
Hmm.
listening to drama, drama,
Is that
Buddha.
like
Yes.
okay, yeah, yeah, Dharma, yeah.
Yeah. Do something you like or volunteer.
Cool.
Yes. And that's talking about number three. Yeah.
Hmm.
You may like forgot or do not have time to do something positive
Mm.
or do not have time to increase the three bad things that we taught:
Yeah,
greed, anger, delusion. Yes, like we don't have time to solve Facebook, and we do not see that
nice.
our friends so gorgeous or they are so talent, they so rich,
Mm.
right? And we use that time to do volunteer, to do something meaningful. All
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
right, you agree?
Hmm. True,
Yes,
yeah.
it's
Those are
easy.
it's so distracting when we're on social media and stuff. It's easy to get
Yes,
stuck just like scrolling, like looking for something, like not even sure what it is, just scrolling for a long time.
yes, yes, that's right. So like instead of getting it more, just try to find another environment
Yeah,
that we could not meet them.
right.
Yes. And number four, I think you could guess.
Okay,
You could guess?
number four, I guess is meditation,
Yeah, that's right.
right? Nice.
So, mindfulness meditation is
Mm,
either management of the deepest anger.
mm,
So, because like meditation could help us recognize anger
mm,
by taking a deep breath, looking inside, observing the breath, feel the body. So when we could look at inside, we do not try to hate that, or we not
mm,
try to avoid. What we do is to recognize and embrace it, and then let it go.
mm,
Yeah. So that is also the highest level to control, to balance our emotion, to balance, not to control, to balance.
to balance, right?
Yes.
Because it feels like when we try to control them, it just gets worse.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Vietnamese Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh?
Mm.
Because I think he talks a lot about like releasing anger, like how to handle anger.
Yes, yes, he does. Not only him, I think like other months he also
Yeah.
talks about that. I have read a book when I was so angry. I don't remember
Mm,
what happened, what the case, but I remember that I was so angry at something, and I read the book, and he showed me that I should write down what I think in my mind
mm,
before I want to tell it to my mom.
mm,
I remember I was angry with my mom. So I could not tell her. And whenever I told her something, it worse. It gets worse. So
mm,
he teach me that I should write down what I want to say first, to see that uh do I use nice words,
mm.
and could I give the right um I would say the right language?
Yeah,
Could I express what I really want to hear to her? Because when I am angry, I may use not unclear words, unclear
true.
sentences. Like I
Mm,
want to say something like this, but because I am angry, I with the emotion, I could make her understand in another way.
true.
And of course, when she could not understand me, and when I am angry, so she's angry too, and everything cannot stop
Mm,
when it happens. Yes. So I've learned one skill from him.
nice.
So when I wrote my emotion down, so I feel that's not that bad. It's not that
Nice.
bad. I I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her later
Mm,
anything because I could solve my problem.
cool. Awesome.
Yes.
This reminds me, I also have like I don't really get angry too often, but I do have one anger story from last year when I worked at Starbucks in my hometown. I worked there for 6 months. Shout out to all my Starbucks coworkers. And there was one
Mm.
customer that
Okay.
we gave him the wrong dessert by
Oh,
accident, right?
yes.
And okay, so I live in Virginia. I mean, like my hometown is Virginia, like 30 minutes from the capital, from Washington, D.C. Um, so I guess like that the attitude of some customers can be like this sometimes. Like he he received the dessert, he realized it was the wrong one, and then he threw it at us. Like
Mm.
he just threw the dessert. I mean, it's still in the paper, right? But still, he threw it.
Yes.
He threw it at us, and he threw it at the ladies who were near him, and they're like older ladies, like in their like 40s and 50s, like it. And for me, it just made me so angry to see that this guy just threw the dessert at these ladies, at my coworkers, and I felt angry, right? I just felt so angry, and then now we have to go make him another dessert, nice and hot for him to eat, so he can be happy.
Yes.
So that happened. He left with his dessert, but I still felt angry, and I was like, oh my God,
Mm.
I still feel angry, and I can't turn it off. Like, how long, how many more minutes do I have to feel angry? And then like it just didn't stop. And it lasted for maybe like 45 minutes, and then I felt angry about being angry. And it just
Oh.
continued. It just continued for a few more hours until I realized like, oh my God, I'm angry about being angry. And then finally it slowed down.
Mm. It's also like you could realize, you could call it out at the feeling.
Yeah.
So I think at that time you also meditation.
Yeah. Like I first started learning about mindfulness maybe it's been about like almost 3 years, I think. And it was by accident. I didn't even mean to. Yeah. Like have you heard of the book Power of Now? The
Power of now.
Yeah, The Power of Now.
Yeah, I think I have read it, right? I think I have listened to it.
Probably. It's pretty trendy.
Uh, yes, but no, I have listened, but yeah, I think I have listened, but to the part of it, not the
Hmm.
whole book.
Like I received a copy of that book from a monk, a Buddhist monk in Funyuan district in Saigon. And so like I learned about that book because of a monk. Yeah, that I had him on Facebook, and I just messaged him, "Hey, can you tell me about Zen?" And then he like let me borrow like some books.
Yes. And what you found out after the book?
Oof, it never ends. There's always more. Like I spent 1 year trying to find the end, like trying to read all of the books and trying to find like where is the ending, and there's no ending.
Mm. Still not ending.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like it's like like when you look into space with like a telescope and you're trying to find like the end of the universe, and like you still can't find it.
It's like we will like never end.
Right. That's how I feel. So like at least, but in that year when I was looking, I was searching so hard. I was searching too hard to the point where I felt stressed. Like I felt actually stressed out and like physically tired. Like, oh my God, I have a headache. I can't find the ending. But at least now today, I can just enjoy. I can enjoy that. Like I'm not looking for the ending anymore, but just like the next part just reveals itself. So I'm just like now I'm just like enjoying watching this movie. Like this is a good movie.
So like there are so many types of meditation.
True.
So what you gonna choose? Uh so when I learn more with the teacher I told you,
Hmm.
so he choose Vipassana.
Ooh, I heard about this
Yes.
recently. Cool.
So like sometimes when we do not want to spend our whole life or studying or go finding so deep question, but we maybe not like Buddha. He could sit at one place for
Ah,
long days and he could realize everything in the world. So maybe we're not him, but we could be his student.
sure,
So
sure.
I choose to find out uh my teacher, the one that I could believe in
Mm,
and the one that could make me feel clearly everything.
mm-hmm,
So when he give me an advice or what he believe in, so I think like to save time, I could find uh I could find the things that he believe in too. So
mm-hmm,
instead of choosing a lot of methods, so I could hear from him, and I try to be like what he do, what he does now, and maybe later when I could go up into a higher level,
mm,
so I could have more things to talk to you about this topic.
mm-hmm. So like the the step four, like the meditation. Oh yeah, so you said there's different options of what kind of meditation. Yeah, what are those
Yes,
options?
yes, and like there's so many meditation. The name of the meditation.
Yeah.
Yes. So he choose Vipassana. So
Oh
I
yeah,
just
Vipassana.
choose that one.
Vipassana
Vipassana.
is when you
Yeah.
sit for I don't know how many hours, but it's many hours, right? And I heard that you have to like scan your body, like piece
So
by
I think it's
piece.
just the method. You are he said like actually it's just the time you practice. But sitting at one place is not meditation.
Mm,
Meditation is that we use when even we talking,
exactly.
when whatever we do.
Yeah.
So just go to some place, sit down, one and breath. It's just like when we practice
Mm,
to like uh get inside. But later the keys that we could realize the present, right?
yeah.
Like you say the book The Power of Now.
Hmm, hmm.
So I also have an application in my phone that is the ring bell, the
Mm.
ring bell. So I set it every 30 minutes. So it will ring bong. So
Nice.
at that time, so I said that what I am doing now to to make me realize the
Mm,
present. Yes, to remind me to realize the present. So I
hmm,
just set the bell alarm
hmm.
for the morning until the evening, just to help me return the present.
Nice. Like one thing that I'm doing right now is like to do my best to like keep my mind in the present is like I'll kind of put my fingers together and kind of put
Mm.
my nail into my finger just and it kind of reminds me that like okay, this is the present right now. And then
Mm.
I can feel that my mind is trying to pull me in like future or past or future and past, but at least my fingers can kind of help me like stay like grounded a little bit.
Yeah, okay. That's also your way. Right?
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Maybe that why the person have like something they have
right.
in their hand to
Yeah.
do like this, right?
Yeah, there's so many ways. I think like I guess meditation is just anything that makes you present.
Yeah.
Just whatever, yeah. Just choose your favorite one.
Yes. I agree. So
Uh,
when did you realize that you need to balance your emotion?
I mean, I'm still realizing that now. I'm still balancing now. Yeah. I'm trying my best. Like sometimes there's just like how do you explain this? Like even like after you practice mindfulness and all of this stuff, there's still some really deep like childhood memories that when that gets triggered, it makes you want to do something or to run away from something and that's not being present, right? So like those are pretty challenging to deal with, but I guess the best way to learn how to deal with that is just to experience that.
Yes.
And then to just be nice to yourself about the mistakes that you might make, like, and just try your best because like mistakes happen and that's just it is what it is, and just try your best. But I think
Mm,
it's very very important to be nice to yourself.
yes. And I have learned there's also one things that we could talk about that talk about the mindset. So people said like
Mm,
when you have good mindset, so you could have good choice and the good choice lead to good life. All right.
nice.
Yes. So if you ask the deepest one, what is the deepest mindset? There's so many mindset.
Yeah,
So what we choose
right. There's so many
to be the
options.
start of everything. Right. So I also like
Ah,
to learn a lot of skills. But
mm,
what is the deepest skill? When we learn that skill and everything, every other skills that we could learn later.
oof. Okay, this goes back to the step one that you told me. I think maybe like one of the most important skills is to see what is delusion and what is not delusion.
Mm,
Because I think it's possible that when you like just by seeing what is delusion more clearly, that can decrease the anger and the greed and like all of the other emotions so much.
mm-hmm.
Because it looks like, so we have about 2 minutes, but it
2 minutes.
it looks like delusion has a pattern, right?
Yes.
And then the opposite of delusion has the opposite pattern. So
Mm,
if you can clearly see these two different patterns, then it's easier to see what is delusion and what is not delusion. And usually the childhood triggers that I experience will make me forget that. And then if I experience a trigger as an adult right now, it's like from a childhood memory, I will forget about what is delusion, not delusion, and then my behavior will be like I am in delusion right now. And then after I calm down and I feel balanced, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm back to not delusion right now.
yeah. However, like it still cannot solve uh the key that I want to tell you.
Mm-mm.
This is what is the deepest mindset.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What mindset? What kind of mindset? What the mindset that we could choose to start every other mindset? What is the mindset that leads to the next mindset to leads to everything?
I don't know. What comes to my mind right now is that the mindset that it, or I don't know if it's mindset, but the belief that it's possible to choose your mindset. I think most people don't believe that's possible.
Yes. But actually now I am practicing that one.
Mm,
And I could feel that it does help me something. Maybe just not have enough time for this, maybe for the next time. But
mhm.
I would stop this one with a key.
Yeah.
That is the mindset is that what you does in the past or in
Mm,
the present lead to everything later.
true. True.
Yes. It's what you does, what you did in the past. It led to what you have right now.
Exactly.
And what you does right now will lead to the future.
It's like dominoes. No, it's true.
Yes.
I think even if you don't believe that, it's still true. Like that's actually true.